Good morning. It has been a while since uploading a video, but I've stayed consistent. Let's go check out the scale. I'll tell you about why I haven't been uploading here in just a minute. All right, let's see where we're at. $178.8. That's great results. All right, let's see what the body looks like. We're definitely getting more shape around here. And definitely flatter. Here's what I look like compared to the beginning of the year. So we're seeing progress. This stuff works. So believe it or not, those results came more so from fasting than anything else. I haven't worked out in over a month, but enough of that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to buy at the grocery store today, because we are empty. There's nothing fake in this refrigerator at all. Well, the dog food, but that's for the dogs. I promise we feed ourselves. That's just the way it looks at the end of the week every time. Let me know in the comments if you still want me to add the part where I do the hiatal hernia massages and stuff in these videos. I made a video just about that, but if you still want to see the routine during these videos here, let me know and I'll add them to the video. So I'm not fully carnivore yet, so I want to show you how to be on a budget and still be able to stay faithful to a diet. Now, carnivore people mostly look at it as just eating beef, but for me it's all animal products, and chicken is the cheapest route. But I want to show you what you can do to still make it faithful carnivore, because I know it's a lean meat, so you got to add the fat, and I want to show you how to do that today. So let's go see what we can find. So we still have to eat the meat, but it's going to be a little less than what we normally would, because we're trying to stick to a budget. So I still would like to try to go grass-fed, grass-finished as much as possible. So we'll see if we can find the saddlebacks here. Yeah, we can get a set of 3 for $21.97. Man, it just keeps getting higher. So we're gonna go with that. If you can't afford that, still yet go with something right here. Completely fine. So this is where you're gonna be able to stick to a meat-based diet and come out a whole lot cheaper. So one of the fattiest cuts of chicken is the thigh. So we're going to go with this right here. We're going to get all that for $8.04. We're also going to get some of the drumsticks, $5.89. All that. Now listen, I normally go free range over here, but we're sticking to a budget. This is still meat. Now I understand that a lot of people are going to be like, that's not the good chicken, and stuff like that. But guess what? It's still better than processed food. It's still better than Doritos. You got to do what you got to do if you want to stick to a budget. Now, I'm still not going to get this other bacon right here, but we do like beef bacon, even though it's more on the expensive side. That's some really good bacon to have for breakfast. Get one of those. Now, there's many different versions of a carnivore diet, and I'll make another video later on showing you exactly what those different versions are. But for this one, we will add cheese. I like to go with this right here. I do make Doritos of my own with things like this right here, and I'll show you why. When you go to the ingredients list, it's just pasteurized milk, cheese culture, I guess that's anti-caking, and yeah. So this is the best version that you can buy for cheap. Let me rephrase that. That's the best version that you can buy here. There are better cheeses over in the deli section that we normally eat. Now this is a staple when you do something like more chicken and things like that for a carnivore diet. That would be eggs. So we're going to go with the 60, just because there's a lot of eggs involved with this diet. I want to show you how to make your own butter with heavy cream and come out cheaper. So for all that, it's going to make a lot of butter. It's going to cost $10. Now, if you don't have a mixer, you don't need one to make your own butter. But if you just feel like not making butter, I'm going to show you the best one that you can buy at Walmart, and that would be Kerrygold. Now, salted will burn a lot easier. Unsalted will not burn as easy. So I always like salted because I cook in beef tallow a lot of the time. But then I will put that in there as well, and it helps it from, just to keep it from burning. This is why I go with this version right here. It's pasteurized cream and salt. Anything else, don't buy it. This one right here is the one that my parents like to buy. And look at all that crap. All that seed oil stuff in there. Nah. Now, if you're worried about the heart flutters and things like that, and you're just starting a diet like this, get you some Element if you need to. It's got your electrolytes in it. There are some better electrolytes though. I want to link that down below, and that's a way better version of your electrolytes. See, when you first start something like this, your body is so used to the way that you were eating that you'll have electrolyte imbalances. You'll feel the heart flutters, and you'll get the headaches and things like that, and that will help combat against that. Now, my wife likes juice. That's one of the best apple juices that there are. I have no idea how we're going to get it, but we'll try. So if you're doing Greek yogurt or something like that, get this one. It's the best one I found at Walmart so far. Only natural ingredients. It's that brand and cultured non-fat milk. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's non-fat milk. But again though, it's still a whole lot better than processed food. So if you need it, get it. Now if you're not on a budget and you got $18 extra to spare on some type of snack, if you're still not used to no snacking yet, Chomps is a good version. Get eight of these for $18.27, but it's grass-fed, grass-finished beef and 10 grams of protein. This is a good option if you are not used to low snacking. Today we are going to skip out on that because again, we're on a budget. Now again, we're not completely carnivore yet, so we're going to get one of these right here. Sorry, two of these right here. And yeah, this is a staple for some sides and things like that as we slowly transition into the deeper phase of carnivore. Your boy loves some mushrooms, so we're going to get some more of these right here. Very, very good. Over here is that better cheese that I was telling you about. Pretty much a lot of this stuff right here. Still read your ingredients list, but this stuff is just all natural cheese. These are probably my favorite ingredients: pasteurized milk, salt, cheese cultures. Now if you need something, again, if you're not used to low snacking and you need something, get you something like this right here. Just make sure you read your ingredients list. Ingredients: pork and sea salt. That is it. Pair that right there with a good cheese, probably some Gouda. Man, you can, oh, smoked Gouda. You cannot beat it. Good stuff right there. Okay, I talked myself into it. I'm gonna get this as well. Get you some good healthy fats. Get you some avocados. Put those in the refrigerator and they last a lot longer. So those are staple on something like keto. You gotta have the fat. So again, I'm going to create a list of everything that I did. You know, the first day, if you're starting on day one, what to buy at the grocery store if you want to follow everything that I did. You know, the next week's trip, and along with that, doing the transitions, what to take away, what not to take away. So please let me know if that interests you in the comments below. We're going to wrap this up. So this is what it looks like now. There's a few extra things that we bought as well, but again, plenty of eggs. We give a lot of eggs to our dogs. We have some chicken here. We have a papaya, really good for your gut. More eggs. Got some pineapple from last week. We got asparagus. We got water. We got 2 packs of zucchini. Still got some ground beef left. If you like Arnold Palmer's, you know, go with that. And then kombucha, another good thing for your gut. And let's see, we got, she likes some apple juice. This is the best one that we found so far. And that Greek yogurt. So in here we got the cheese and the prosciutto and stuff like that. But I've got work tomorrow and everything, and I'm hungry now. So again, chicken thigh is one of the fattiest cuts of chicken. So we're going to prep all of these. And then I'm going to show you how to add the fat, because it has fat on it, but it's still a very lean meat. So you got to have the fat when you do something like keto. So we're going to add this right here. And I'm going to show you how to make butter. So we're going to use this hand right here for mixing, and this hand right here for handling the spices. Again, if you do a lean meat, you got to add the fat. That's why I chose this, and we're going to make our own butter. Because your body runs on 2 different types of fuel. It's either going to run on glucose or it's going to run on fat and, you know, salt. You need the salt. So we're just going to add some Redmond real salt. unadulterated salt right here. We're going to add a healthy portion to that. Then we're going to add the turmeric, and we're going to have that black pepper as a binder. We're seasoning things on purpose because this stuff helps our body heal. If you deal with a lot of inflammation, turmeric will stain your hands up, but it's really good for fighting inflammation. Paprika, I love the taste of it. I like smoked paprika a little bit better. But still yet, this right here is great stuff. Add the black pepper. We're about gone, so I'm just going to use the rest of this up. So now we're just going to mix that up. It doesn't season, I'm going to use both hands. Why not? And then we'll hit it again on the other sides. I washed my hands, we're going to do it again. So now we're good. We're just going to put this into the oven. We're going to go up to 400 for about 50 minutes. So now we're going to make the butter. And we're going to use this right here. One of the biggest time savers in the kitchen by far. You can do this with a whisk or anything like that, but this will save you a lot of time. And the reason I like doing it this way is because you can add, whatever you want to it. So I'm going to, you can make like cinnamon butter. You can make, salted butter, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to salt it to taste. You can make, of course, unsalted. And all this makes whipped cream too. So it's the same process for whipped cream. You just stop the machine a little bit earlier. And we could have paid almost $5 for that that Kerrygold butter, but we could pay $10 for this and get twice as much, if not 3 times as much. So just add the whole thing to it, and then start it out on 3. Then just keep an eye out on it. You'll see it start changing. So again, we're just going to start this on 3. Slowly turning it up. And leave it alone. Don't salt it right now. Don't do anything. Do all that at the end. I'll show you what it looks like throughout the process. When it starts frothing up a little bit on the side, I'll turn it up to 4. So now you can see it starting to thicken up. It's starting to stick to the walls a little bit more. We're almost in the whipped cream stage of this. So at this point, I'll turn it up to about 4.5. That's just going to help it go a little faster. So at this point, just a few minutes later, I'll take this off and I will turn it down just to check and see how it is. Alright, it's not there yet, so we'll just turn it back up. About 4.5. So now you can see the difference, and I'll just turn this down and then lift this up and we'll check the texture. So if you wanted whipped cream, you would go with something like that. You can even let it go just another minute or 2 until you get a stiff peak right off the edge here. But that right there would work just fine. We're not making whipped cream, so we're just going to keep going. At this point, I'll turn it up to 5. Now you'll see this start breaking down. It's going to start curdling. You're going to see the whey separate. It's going to start turning more yellow. You'll see it all. So as you can see now, you're starting to see bits of yellow in there, and it's starting to break down. So at this point, you really want to start paying attention to it and keep your eye out on it, because once that starts separating, it won't take long before it'll start splashing all over the place. So keep it where it's at right now, and then just keep an eye out on it. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and you'll start seeing the whey separate here soon. So as you see now, it's really starting to break down. You're going to see a little bit of liquid over here on the sides here in a minute. Now at this point, you really want to start watching that, because it's going to start sticking inside of the whisk there, and it could just beat this thing to death. So we're to the point now where we just want to lower that down, and we'll keep it on 3 for a while. And you can see a little bit of liquid over here. That means it's separating from each other. Now you can see this start to move right here. It's starting to struggle a little bit. Turn it down a little bit more. And you see all that getting stuck inside that whisk. That's when I know that it's just about ready. So you can hear it start to struggle a little bit. We know we're done. So we'll go ahead and turn it off. And that's how you make homemade butter. Now we just need to strain this out and everything. I have another video. If you go watch my carnivore pancake video, it will show you that part. So I'm just going to go ahead and prep this, and the chicken is just about done. She looking good. So now we're going to put it on broil for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now that everything's done, I'm going to show you how I like to build out the plate so that I can still get my fat intake in, plus still eat the lean meat. If you are scared of eating too much red meat, this is what I would do. But chicken's now done. Go ahead and put a piece there. And we cooked the asparagus down because, you know, a lot of vegetables and stuff has oxalates in it and lectins. And when you cook them down, it kills most of that. So we got some asparagus. And then we got some mushrooms and we got some zucchini here. Now another way that I get my fat in is I take some of that fat that came off of the chicken and it's spiced with all of our spices. And if you dip it in that, it tastes really good. But also one of the main things that I like to do is I will take a big portion of that and I will put it into the plate as well. And every time I take a bite of that, it will have some butter in it. So that's another way that you can get fat. And then with that, you can add eggs, but today I'm just going to add an avocado. So that's it for this one. I added another piece of chicken in there. We'll go ahead and do a taste test on the chicken. So I got a piece of that chicken right there. I'll come over here. I'll dip it in that fat that ran out onto the pan. Take a piece of butter with it. So that's it. That's exactly what I did to start getting better. Now, if you haven't watched the first video, it was as if I was transitioning from processed food and processed sugar over to all natural whole foods and natural sugars. And then after a little while of that, I transitioned slowly into the keto diet. Now, this is a good example of keto here. And after this, I went to the most strict version of keto, which is the carnivore diet. A lot more strict with this. This stuff right here would not be in it. It would just be mainly for me, red meat and butter and salt. Drink water with it and stuff like that, but I'm not there yet. I'm already hitting the results that I wanted to hit. So, you know, I'll probably lose a lot more weight once I get to that. And, you know, weight loss and stuff contributes a lot to your overall health. And I think that was one of the main contributors. You know, I did a lot of this, a lot of fasting. That's a lot of food right there. I can eat all of this and then, you know, not eat again for, you know, 16, 18, and whenever I do 1 meal a day, 24-hour fasting. Your body starts to clean up the damaged cells, the damaged tissue and stuff like that. So if you want to see more videos, then please check that out. But right now, I want to go back to the park and we'll finish up. So I'm here at the park now. I tried to make this video outside, but it was way too windy. That's all you heard was the wind moving. But I appreciate you guys staying this far in the video. If this is your first video that you've seen, please comment down below, and that will help encourage me that the algorithm is still pushing this out. Like what I said before, I started working back at my old job, and it was just very hard physically on me to be able to get enough rest and still be able to work efficiently, you know? So there was a couple weeks where I was working 60 hours a week voluntary because I've got a nice early Christmas present from the IRS, and I want to keep them happy. So, you know, that's just why I haven't been uploading. But I am encouraged that, you know, you guys are reaching out. There's one lady who says she's lost over 50 pounds. She had something called reflux veins. I never heard of that before. That's gotten better. Her reflux and everything's gotten better. She sent me before and after picture. You could see the inflammation just leave in her face. And just knowing that my story, some redneck that was born and raised in West Virginia, got sick, got better, started talking about it, and now it's helping encourage people all over the world. It's pretty cool. Here's a map of just how many people all over the world are in my private group. You can join that. It's going to be the link in the bio. But, you know, like I said, I haven't been to the gym in probably a month and a couple days. and I've still lost more weight now than I did whenever I was going to the gym. My food's really dialed in, and that's 80% of this whole thing. I like to say, I'm not saying this is right, this is just my opinion, but I believe that this is, 80% food, 10% fasting, and 10% working out. So with that combination, I was able to do away with all these diagnoses that I always talk about. And I do believe 100% that what I'm doing right now is what God wants me to do. I want and I desire to be that tool that He uses to help people like you. It all goes to Him. I'm just the mouthpiece. And I want to be, just doing everything that I'm called to do on this earth. And if I got sick and got better, I believe that He desires for us to prosper and to be in health. That's a scripture. But I do appreciate you guys watching this video, and I had to go back to work because I could not sustain my bills and everything just by internet money alone. It just wasn't happening, especially with that nice little Christmas card now from the IRS. It's not where it needs to be yet that I could do it full time. But I am going to upload consistently because I know that it's helping people, and that's all I want to do. Like I talked about earlier in the video, I am going to be writing a diet plan. So like day one, the first week, what I did at the beginning, I'm going to map that out in writing so that if you don't want to watch the video series, you can have that, and it's going to be available to you guys. There's been people at work been asking me what I do, and they want it written out. And, I think that that's a sign to me that I should start doing this. It's not been one person, it's been multiple people. So I want to make that available to all of you guys when I write that out to them. It'll be, a download that you could do. I'm thinking about writing a cookbook showing you all the keto meals that I do, all the carnivore meals that I do, and all the whole food meals that I do. That way you can get an idea of when you're going through this process, what food you can, try out and see if it works for you. Adjust accordingly. We all react to foods differently, and but the concept remains the same. Once you get at the end of the 8-week carnivore period, and you start reintroducing foods one at a time, you will be able to log what you react well to and what you don't react well to. And, I just think that's going to help a lot of people, and I can't wait till we get to that stage. But in this video series, you are going to see the results in my body every single week. I will upload at least one video a week. It might be a longer video now. I was doing 3 days a week, but that's just going to be impossible to sustain, and I want to be faithful to this, okay? So I appreciate you guys watching. Please, this will help support me in ways you can't imagine. It helps out so much. If you are into this and you're serious about wanting to watch me reverse disease like I did, these diseases are gone, but I'm doing this process again as if I had them again. And if you are dealing with them, then you can get better. God designed our bodies to heal itself, but it's up to us to give them the right fuel. And that's what this channel is all about. How and what foods do we eat to get better? I believe that there's 2 different types of healing that the Bible talks about. Creative miracle healings are one way, and that is, the blind see, the deaf hear, the lame walk, the mute speak, heals the issue of blood. All those are creative miracles, instantaneous, and He can do that. I've experienced that with a blockage in my left artery to my brain when I was 18, 19 years old. Here's a picture of what I used to look like when I was on drugs, and I got better. I've been addicted to drugs, and I've been addicted to food, and I got sick through both of them, and I was able to heal through both of them. That's why I feel like I can be able to talk about these things, because I've experienced both types of healings. If you want to hear that story of creative miracle healing, please comment down below, and I will make that video. But, and another way that He heals is through the natural things that He's given us. Look at King Hezekiah in the book of Isaiah. He was told that the prophet went there and told him that he needs to get his house in order because he's not going to survive the illness. He cried out and prayed to God. God told the prophet to go back and tell him that He's going to add 15 years to his life. And the way that he recovered was through a natural thing that God has given us. And He told the prophet what to do, where to apply it, and he got better. So, two different types of process. One is instantaneous, the other is process. It's going to take a little while for all these effects, and you got to be faithful to it. But if I can heal, you can too, and I just want to encourage you, But I appreciate you guys staying this long in the video. If you stayed this long, please say I stayed to the end, and that will encourage me. But please check out one of these videos over here, and if you want to support me, please hit that like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell, that way you're notified every single time I upload a video, and that will help support me in more ways that you can imagine. But right here are some videos. Please check those out, and I will see you in the next video.